Do you remember the mugshots of Elvis and Frank Sinatra and Johnny Cash and Jimi Hendrix and Mick Jagger? Turned them into even bigger icons than they were. If there's a mugshot of Donald Trump, it'll be in dorm rooms and on t-shirts, making him a hero or an anti. No, it will. And rightfully so, because he's become a symbol of what elites and those obsessed with power are willing to do when they have that power.
That is among the dumbest things I've ever heard in my life. As dumb as there's the right winger who's always like talking about memes or whatever. He tweeted they just made him Tupac. I don't, you know what? I don't think we're gonna see that. I don't think we're gonna see, or if there are Trump mugshots on dorm room walls, I think there's gonna be a healthy dose of irony there. I don't think it's gonna make him cool. And as much as all of that is just, that is a guy speaking, but what he's doing is just bowing down before Trump. I wanna say whatever gets me noticed by you. Yeah, the idea that what we're seeing right now is what elites do when they have too much power, what they're willing to get away with. Can we all remember what this is? Donald Trump was a reality show dude with a lot of money who decided he wanted to have an affair a couple of months after his wife gave birth. And so he did it, not thinking about or caring about the consequences. And then when the time came for him to run for office, he had so little respect for his potential voters that he didn't want them to know who he actually was. So they organized this complicated hush money thing so that they would be ignorant of who he really was. That is what a rich person did with the power, influence, and money that they had. Not the fact that there might be some consequences for that. Bro, what do you think?
All the people that Pete Hegseth hath listed would have kicked Trump's ass.
100%.
They would have absolutely hated the guy. And this is not just, you mentioned two people. Glenn Beck also went on Tucker Carlson's show and went full like MAGA hat wearing. And he said, this makes Trump not a person anymore. He says this makes Trump, quote, a symbol of the average everyday guy that keeps getting screwed. To be screwed, yes. He screwed Stormy Daniels, allegedly.
Yes, allegedly.
But the average everyday guy, it is fascinating to me that these folks think that Donald Trump represents or cares or would even like them at all if they weren't clapping after people said his name.
Yeah,
they don't care. They don't care about you, and we have them all on record having hated the guy. And no normal everyday person goes through that experience. No one wakes up in the morning and is like, oh my God, I'm getting indicted for hundreds of $1,000s in campaign finance fraud, in hush money. No one goes through that. I hate to break it to you. It is the ultimate exaggeration of the delusion that everybody's just a temporarily inconvenienced millionaire.
No, I get your left-wing fake news perspective, but it's of my view that if they can get Trump for having your fixer take out a home equity loan to pay off a former adult film star that you had an affair with, that you then pay back in a series of tens of thousands of dollar payments to conceal the source of the money. If they can get him for that, they can get anyone for that.
It sucks. I did that this morning before the show.
So stupid.
Now I'm on record.
Now they can get anybody.
Check out the Damage Report podcast each day, wherever you get your podcasts, whether Pocket Casts or Stitcher or iTunes. You can join me as I give you the news and stories you want, with a range of co-hosts and interview guests jumping in on the fun each day. Again, that's the Damage Report, wherever you get your podcasts. And if you get them at iTunes, don't forget to rate and review. Sometimes I'll read them live on the show.